Sometimes you just feel hopeless when you have a not so good dating life and you're just about to give up on your romance until you turn to online dating apps. This is one of the best ways to find a new partner with almost unlimited options, and you can just swipe on your phone to match with someone. And you just talk to these people that's absolutely your type with the best looks and personality that you want, and build a healthy relationship with them through this simple app. The premise of this system is incredibly massive, so surely nothing could go wrong with this, right? Right? Well, not always. What if I tell you that there have been cases where online dating leads to terrible things like kidnapping, robbery, and even murder? So let me show you 3 bizarre cases where online dating goes wrong. In 2014, Warriena Wright was a tourist from Sweden who came across a bodybuilder that caught her attention when she was using a dating app. This bodybuilder is Gable Tostee, and just like Warriena, he was absolutely good looking, so it was like the perfect match. 6 days after matching and talking on Tinder, the two decided to meet. They hung out like your sweetest couple ever, then went to a store to buy some drinks. From this CCTV footage, we can see that they're having the time of their life, and it all seemed fun. However, it all turned upside down really quick. You see, after they went to get some drinks, they actually went back to Gable's apartment, and for some reason, they started having an altercation. At first, it was just verbal arguments, but then it escalated into something physical. Gable would then drag Warriena out onto the balcony and lock her there. And Warriena, she's mad, so she keeps banging on the door and screaming, asking Gable to let her back inside, and this is where it gets crazy. During this whole thing, Gable was actually recording almost everything that happened using a voice recorder, and you can hear some of their wildest arguments like this.
I will destroy your jaw. It's not funny.
Yeah, I'm chuck you off my you goddamn psycho little.
But the creepiest part is the very last argument before something really terrible happened.
Who the you think you are?
No!
Hmm?
No! No!
You're
No!
trying to kill me, huh?
No!
Yeah.
No!
It's all on recording, you know?
And after that, Warriena fell 14 stories off the balcony to her death. And if you think Gable was the one that caused the incident by pushing her off the balcony, then you would be wrong. You see, after Warriena fell, Gable went out to buy some pizza before telling his father of what just happened. Long story short, the case would then be put in court, and the judge deemed Gable innocent. Now, we might not really know what actually happened, but the strongest possibilities were either Gable pushed Warriena off the balcony or Warriena jumped off herself. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is Jette Jacobs, an Australian single parent who was kind of lonely and wanted to get into another marriage. But life was quite tough for Jette because after some time trying, she hadn't gotten the love that she had always wanted. But she got a brilliant idea. She moved to online dating, and this was a game changer for Jette. She finally met the love of her life all the way in Nigeria in a young man called Jesse Omoko. Now, their age difference is about 40 years apart, but it didn't stop Jette from falling in love, and I mean like deeply. Jette was head over heels for Arawa, so she got these couple $100 gifts and sent them from Australia to Nigeria just to show that she was for real with this love journey. But it didn't stop there. One day, Jette finally decided to fly to Nigeria to meet this Arawa guy that she had been obsessed with. But then, something really unexpected happened. Right as Jette arrived in Nigeria, she realized that Arawa wasn't like anything that she had always thought he was. because Orwell would then immediately rob and murder Jette in his own hands. It turned out that Orwell had been scamming people from overseas through dating apps, even got more than 32 identities to make sure that he succeeded in his scamming business. Next is a case of another single mother by the name of Sharon Winters. She's a 39-year-old woman with 4 kids who had been abandoned by her ex-husband, though it was unclear if it was either by death or divorce. So this Sharon girl, she was kind of desperate for another romantic relationship. She'd been trying to hook up with some guys, but none of them worked out, so she switched her attention to online dating. And that's when she met this guy, Kevin Hoff. He's supposedly a chef, but at that time, he was kind of jobless. So he didn't have any money, but at the same time, he had to pay his rent and stuff. So he was thinking of moving in with Sharon to ease him up with the bills. Sharon was a nice girl, and she really loved Kevin, so she agreed to let Kevin stay in her house with her and her 4 kids. Everything seemed fine at first. Kevin was getting along with Sharon and her kids. But at some point, it was kind of too much with his play fights that Sharon's friends were concerned about. But Sharon said it was all good. That's just who he is. Except, one day, it backfired. Kevin, who was coming home after drinking lots of vodka, sat down with Sharon. At this point, they were either watching the TV or listening to a radio. And there was something that probably disturbed both of these two that turned into an argument. And this is where things turned south really quick. Enraged by the arguments, Kevin threw Sharon to the floor and began stabbing her with a cooking knife. Remember, he was a chef. And I guess his rage was uncontrollable because he actually stabbed her not once or twice, but literally 90 times, all in every vital part of her body. And the whole room was quickly filled with blood, and Sharon couldn't make it. Kevin would then drink another beer before calling the police of what he just did. He then pleaded guilty to the murder and got sentenced to 17 years in prison. So what do you think? Which one of these 3 stories terrified you the most? And what lesson can we learn from this? Subscribe for more.